Hey guys, today I've got a kind of a medium diver here, probably early season when those fish are still a little bit deeper yet. Thought we'd do this. We're going to do something a little different. I guess I've done this in the past, maybe last year or the year before. We're going to put a pattern in. We're going to use some painter's tape to get the job done. Stick with me. Now, since we're going to do this lure a little bit different than we normally do them, we're not going to put a white base coat under this one. Instead, Createx Opaque Black. And we're going to put down a black base coat this time around. Just a good even color all over. Don't get under that nose. And there we go. We got our black base coat. Now, let's move on. Alright, I've moved over to helping hands for this portion. Now, I've done this before, but it's been a while. So, we're going to try something a little different, a little off the wall. Got my coffee can here. I took some of my painter's tape that I use on the bill. Took a knife, and I cut my marks you'd usually put in for a Firetiger type. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out how many of these we want on each side. And I get a hold of it here. We're just going to pick these up. Tell you what I'm going to do. They're too long already. I can see that. And we're just going to stick one just like that. You don't need to push them down real hard. And you just kind of play with it a little here to figure out exactly what you want. There's two. Probably should have put that big one on the first, huh? You don't stick them in there real hard. Yeah, we're going way up over the top, but don't worry about that. Matter of fact, we're going to take a little off that one. Getting less and less here at the end. And let me see, do one more here. Gonna have to cut this one off, really off, quite a bit. Alright, I'm gonna flip it over, do the other side. It's gonna be basically the same thing, so when I got both sides done, I'll come right back. Alright, there we go. I've got both sides done. Don't worry about this. Everything, you want them to kind of be across from each other so you know they're lining up. But what happens up here, don't worry about it. We'll take care of that later on, alright? So I got 4 on this side. You want them down there, but don't press them real hard. You don't want to pull up any of that paint if you can help it. Alright, next thing we need to do, Createx Opaque White. And again, it's just like everything else, whether we do a wrap or anything else, if you want your colors to come out right when you're putting them over a dark color, you got to start with white. I try whenever possible to put down instead of up. I don't want to accidentally peel that up by the air pressure peeling the tape up. You can't do it 100% of the time, but you can as much as possible. Alright, there we go. White everywhere. Let me clean up. We'll move on. Alright, next thing I'm going to do, the belly. Createx Pearlized Lime. So pearl lime belly. Now we're going to have not much choice to paint towards those points. Just be careful with them. Alright, there we go. Got my lime on the belly. Let me clean this up just a minute. We'll come up with another one here. Should take a second. Alright, let's come back. Createx Pearl Green. Nice dark green for the top. All right, got that. Now, I want to clean this up a bit, and then we're going to take it out of the helping hands for the next step here. All right, I need to apologize for a little. I took it out of the helping hands to do one more thing. When I looked up, my camera was dead. So much for it told me I had plenty of time. All I did is I just added the Createx transparent orange. I just add just a little bit here. I took it out of the helping hand, so it's a lot easier to turn it over and do that. Now, we need to get the tape off, but the first thing we're going to do is dry it, and dry it really good before we pull that tape. So let's get the heat gun and get to it. All right, I've come back to the helping hand here for the last step here, the last steps. All I'm going to do, settle in, I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, just get under the edge of that tape. This side we put on top, so probably have to come over and get this side first. And as long as you didn't push it down there, it should just pop right up without any problems. And there we go. But we got that problem right down there, y'all. We still got that thing on the top. So let's come back. Createx Opaque Black. Now let's just take a little of this opaque black, run it right down the back. And that takes care of that. Alright, that's all it takes to give you a Firetiger using masking tape. And I mean, there's all other kinds of things you could do with that. You could use wavy lines in it and use it for a bluegill pattern. That would be a possibility too. But let's get a set of eyes, and then we'll work on putting the top coat on. Well, there we go, guys. There's our Firetiger pattern, and it's just another way to get the job done. Use a little masking tape or painter's tape. You can make any kind of pattern you want. In this case, we just did the Firetiger. Hey, thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to the channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.